Well, that escalated quickly. No surprise, no hidden thing else. Just, hey, let's just drag you to this place, get confronted by the queen and demand your demon. Certainly very quick for this Heart to Kingdom arc to begin. But maybe, yes maybe, it really hasn't begun yet. What we are seeing is merely the prelude to something behind the scenes. The Angry Anime Fan here, and yes, this is chapter 225 of Black Clover. First of all, as they are seeing the Heart Kingdom, they are approached by a man called Gaia of the Spirit Guard, someone who will be their guide. And he knows of Mimosa, but not much else, and even summons forth a special orange crimson juice. Although technically Noelle doesn't feel as good. And then the queen summons forth magic of water as she calls for the ship to enter her castle. This seems to imply that yes, maybe the queen really is the host of the water spirit. I always assume Noelle would be the one to do it, although there's nothing that say that this arc she won't get it. I mean, you know what it. Although the guard mentions that the fog barrier and the stairs are all part of the queen's mana zone, which conceals the whole kingdom, which according to Noelle shouldn't even be possible. As they pass by a statue of things, the guard keep on saying that apparently this country was created 1,200 years ago for generations, and the queen has formed a pact to act as the priestess of water spirit. Indeed is saying that, indeed confirming that maybe the queen really is the host of the water spirit and uses her magic power to protect the kingdom. And after that she borrows the power of the waters and she's do that. However, the guard implies that although Noelle says that one single person could bring peace, suddenly the guard says, from now onwards we don't know what will happen. As then Asta is dragged away, as the guard says that there's certain things that they must do for peace. Else, so the girls try to chase after him as Finral uses his sparkle magic to give them teleportational boosts. However, the guy immediately caught up as Noelle begins, well, to use a magic. But then the strange thing is that the man is actually floating without using magic, possibly implying that he has absorbed so much magic that he's practically one with it. Note that when Lich was alive, he could also float without even using any light magic or air magic. He was merely magic itself, so to speak. This almost seems to be the case that Noelle enters her armor, but then suddenly the man uses his own magic, although because he acknowledges that this is a splendid display. But we don't really see what kind of magic that is, but the letters seems to imply that it's demon. Asta in the meantime has been dragged to a castle on which he is confronted by the queen, although the queen has hidden herself behind a waterfall. A warrior avatar of water approaches as she says, for the sake of my kingdom, I've been waiting for your demon. This seems to imply that yes, the so-called peaceful Heart Kingdom is not peaceful at all. The queen immediately implied that she wanted the demon, but we don't know why she wants the demon, but the guard implies that the so-called peace of this kingdom is beginning to run out. It is also implying that the queen may actually be the same queen that have formed the kingdom from 1,200 years ago. Okay, that was not implied, but he says that this kingdom has existed for 1,200 years ago, all by becoming the priestess, becoming, well, the spirits of the avatar spirit. Is that him? And the note, the queen, we don't see her face. For me, this seems to imply there's something deeper than that. Possibly that maybe the queen is the same queen from very long ago, and they have done questionable things to maintain the so-called peace. It's an isolated country, Heart Kingdom. Or they are implying that their methods that they have used before has now run out, which is why they need the Asta demon. But that doesn't really make sense, because the Asta demon is anti-magic, and this is a kingdom of only magic. It is rich in natural mana more than any other kingdom. So why in the hell would they need an anti-magic demon? Granted, however, the Magic Emperor did confirm that with Asta's great demon power, a lot of kingdoms would want that power, because after all, cancelling out magic, that is not something that is weak by any means. But why would a kingdom that thrives on magic possibly have that? Unless, of course, it's not thriving on magic so much as it's said. Or it could just very well be that they're, I'll do whatever I can in maintaining peace. But I'm very certain they are losing some kind of power. There's an implication that there's a demon here, and we will indeed see what that is. But yeah, everything is moving on in pretty fast, mind you. Immensely fast. Asta is already confronted by the queen of the demon. The queen of the kingdom. So what awaits us next, I have no idea. Maybe this won't be such a long arc as I thought, but you can give me your thoughts if you have any.